Hello, this will be a very small video to show how do I make my Papercrete paste. So first I start by soaking the toilet paper under water, and then I blend it with my hand, and I see if there's some enough water to put afterwards the soup making thing, whatever it's called. Afterwards is zzz, and in the end I put some drops of oil, just frying oil, normal oil, whatever oil. Afterwards I add the glue. You can of course use white glue, but here in Portugal white glue is not as cheap as flour. And of course I wouldn't use flour because of mold, although I know there is vinegar and whatever chemical to prevent the mold. But I'm a simple man. What I normally use is this glue that came from France. Also here in Portugal this glue is rather expensive. But this one came from France. There's some, looks like baby food or whatever, and you just add to the water. I don't add to the water, I add to the paste with the paper and the oil, and then I mix with my hands. Then I add the concrete. The amount of concrete that I add, it depends upon what I want to use my paste on. Normally I use it on my dolls, so I don't want it too liquid, or too fragile, because they are the main structure for the dolls. No, I'm lying, sorry. What I mean is I use these pastes not as the base of the dolls, but as a coat, because for the base of my dolls I also use paper strips and soaked in glue, and just any other, papier-mâché technique. So here you have some examples of what I use the paste for. This is or was a project to make a peacock, and that one, or this one, is to make a swan. As you can see, there's this balloon technique, which I also covered with stripes of paper, this time with flour, because if it's just a thin layer it's okay. I didn't had any, up until now, any problems about flour as glue on paper for structures. And then the necks are made out of aluminum foil with also this paper stripes, and then the Papercrete. And the heads, well, the heads are half tennis ball that I covered also with paper stripes, and then I just folded, and then again created covered. The peacock still doesn't have, but the swan has the face or the head covered with the Papercrete. Another tiny example though is as I said before, some volume or texture to my dolls, but normally it's more volume, because for texture I use hair drying modeling paste, or cold porcelain, or just simple toilet paper and glue. So basically that's all. It's rather simple. You may want to use gloves to put your hands on this concrete if you are particular, or just go for it and It's a very nice, easy and somewhat cheap paste to do, and it can be rather strong. It depends upon the cement you use, or if not, even if when you use on a piece and then it's dried and then somehow it crumbles a bit, the paper, you can also add some washes of cement, so just cement and water, and then let it dry, and it becomes solid rock almost. This horse, for example, the whole structure was made out of balls covered with stripes of paper and lots of papercrete. So the whole body is papercrete. This paste I just showed you. I'm showing you. I hope you try, and I hope you will have as much fun as I do working with papercrete.